First day back after the holiday break. It's a new year and I have a new route. I'm a little bit nervous. Hi, this is Paul at School Bus Talk. On this episode of Bus Talk, I'm going to discuss how to learn a new route. Now, routes can be complicated, and learning them and training on them, there's some tips and hints that I'd like to share with you. Now, at the district I work for, they use a software program called Versatrans, which is a software program produced by Tyler Industries. It's probably the most popular student transportation system database and geographic information system software in the USA. And what it does is it produces route lists with all the different turns, stops, and students' names that are riding on the route. Now, what I'm doing today is training on this new route. Now, I'm not going to train in my regular school bus. Instead, I'm using a minivan provided by the district that I work for to drive this route on the first dry run. So let's take off and see how it goes. So I'm at my first school site, and my first tip is, if you can, do your first dry runs and training on a new route in a passenger vehicle rather than a full-size bus. It's a real advantage to be able to be driving in a passenger vehicle, especially if you make a wrong turn or you get lost. And a passenger vehicle allows you to turn around more easily. It also allows you to park and look at the route sheet carefully. And there's big advantages. If it's possible, drive your new route in a passenger vehicle when you're first training. Second tip is, when you're doing the new route sheet, keep track of the times that it's taking you between various stops. Record and write down those times. What I find with Versatrans is it's a really good, accurate system, but the problem that I have with it is that sometimes the travel times are unrealistic. As I'm driving the route on my dry run, I'm also stopping at particular bus stops to check them out carefully, particularly where I have to do a red light crossing escort stop. So this is one of those spots I'm stopping and taking a really close look at this bus stop on the route. You can see here it's in a residential neighborhood. Here's a corner, and this is where the route sheet says I have to stop and put on my red lights and escort children across the street. So this is going to be a stop that I really want to be able to take a good look at the street configurations, the approaches, and the sight lines. Okay, so I've finished the dry run in the passenger vehicle on the new route, and I got a number of questions. And one of the things you should always do when learning a new route is, after your dry run, go in and resolve any questions with the dispatcher. And if there's anything that's inconsistent or possible mistakes or things you don't understand, talk to the dispatcher before you run the route for real. After doing the dry run and meeting with the dispatcher to resolve any discrepancies or questions on the route, the next thing I do is I take the route sheet and I go to Google Maps and I go through this sheet on Google Maps, because if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And when you're driving a route, particularly for the first time, your chances that you're going to miss a turn are really great. So by going to Google Maps and following the route, you can look on your route what you have to do to reset to get to that stop where you might have missed a turn. Now, sometimes it's an easy drive around the block. I've been on rural routes where the reset can be miles. So This is just a step to plan for something going wrong. Hi, this is the new Route 8. Are you guys on Route 8?
Yeah.
Do you go to... Okay, what schools do you go to? The new route went really easy. I didn't have any problems. All the preparation I did with the dry runs, studying the route sheets, looking at the stops, made a big difference on how confident I felt. I didn't make any wrong turns. So that wraps up this edition of School Bus Talk. Remember, safety is essential.